Hello everyone, this is Luxury PL38. Today's video I would like to showcase my small little entire collections of the Coco Handle bags, and also I just want to showcase to you the implications of the price increase last week, the effects on the Coco Handle, and finally I want to provide you one tiny little tips at the end of the video that might help you to secure a Coco Handle, because a Coco Handle is one of the hardest bag to obtain from the boutique. It's usually sold out immediately, and I know a lot of people are actually looking for a Coco Handle and it is so difficult. So I do actually discover one tiny little theory that might be able to help you to secure one. Towards the end of the video we're going to discuss about that. So let us actually go through the price increase last week. As you can see in Canada, and that is the small Coco Handle, it has increased to $5,250 from $4,875. So that is an increase of around 375 Canadian dollars. And this is the small size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is the equivalent to a mini rectangular. So right now the price is actually more expensive than the mini rectangular, which should be the case, because for the past few years it is always the case. The Coco Handle is actually more expensive than a mini rectangular. The only exception was last year. That's because Chanel did a huge price increase in May for their classic flap that includes the mini rectangular, and that is also the reasons why Coco Handle was so popular last year, because the price was actually much lower than the mini rectangular. But because of the price increase last week, it is now higher than the mini rectangular. I think the mini rectangular is $5,050, so that's an extra $200 for the small Coco Handle. And that is the medium size Coco Handle. It has jumped to 5,700 Canadian dollars. So that is an increase of just under 400 Canadian dollars. In terms of the US, I just want to show you there's a slight differences for the US price, because in US the small Coco Handle is now increased to $4,000, which is exactly the same price as the mini rectangular. As compared to Canada, the Coco Handle is actually $200 more expensive than the mini rectangular. However, that's not the case in the States. In US, they are both the same price. The mini rectangular and the small Coco Handle are basically the same price at $4,000. However, the medium-sized Coco Handle increased by $300. That is a little bit more of a increase as compared to the small one, which only increased about $200. So that is the implication of the price increase last week. As we all predicted, the Coco Handle has a slight increase. So back to my collections. For someone that actually watched my Coco Handle collections a year ago, I've got 3 Coco Handle, and this is the only one that is in my collections till now, and I've actually sold the other 2. So the first one was in the white iridescent chiffon in the same size, which is the medium size, and the second one that I sold was in the small size, and that was the dark beige kilted with a burgundy top handle. Both Coco Handles have been sold locally to a Canadian, so this is the only one that remains from my collections a year ago, and this is in the Rogue red color, although that you can see that there is quite a fair bit of shades of orange. And this is in the rough Turanian hardware, and this is the only medium size that I still have it till this day. So the first addition to my Coco Handle collections last year was this Coco Handle in lilac, and this is a small size, and this is actually in the gold hardware. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that is a small size. And I actually purchased this as a gift to my mom, so I will give it to her after the COVID lockdown when I see her. And this is from the 20A collections. So moving on to the 20A collections, which is this particular one, and this is in the fascia And I actually love the lighting from the window at the moment because it does showcase a little bit better. However, it should be a couple of shades darker than the one that you've seen on the camera at the moment. So let me just see if I can put that. So that's probably, if you look on the right side here, that is more of a true colors of the fascianas, but I absolutely love this because it is such a unique bag, and this is also from the 20A collections in the gold hardware. And I actually purchased this from a member of the Facebook group that I was in, and I was lucky to get hold of this because I was actually after the pink, but that pink was virtually impossible to get anywhere else. So I managed to track down something that is similar, which is the fascia, so I immediately grabbed that. And the third purchase that I made last year was from the 20K collections, and this is in the light beige in the gold hardware. And this is the reasons why I sold my dark beige Coco handle, because I don't see the point of me having two of the same beige, except the difference is like lighter beige and a darker beige. Although I do miss the darker beige that I've sold, but I absolutely love the light beige as well. And this was from the 20K collections. And finally, another one from the 20K collections before the price increase. And I did actually purchase quite a few Coco handle before the price increase. So this was the last item that I purchased just before the price increase in burgundy and Coco handle in the small size as well. And this is in the gold hardware, and it has 6 kilters, so that's in the small size. And I absolutely love the caviar leather that they use for this Coco handle, because for some reason it just feels a little bit softer, and it feels a little bit different as compared to all these 3 Coco handle. And this is in the burgundy. So let me just put those together, and these are my collections. So I've got 2 from the 20K collections and 2 from the 20A collections, and this is from the 19K collections. And all these collections are actually relevant to the Coco handle, and I'm going to explain to you why, and also the tips of you to secure a Coco handle. I just want to mention something that might actually help you to get hold of a Coco handle, because as we are aware that the Coco handle is one of the hardest items to purchase from the Chanel boutique, because they usually get sold out pretty quickly. And from my collections, as you can see, this is the 19K. Those 2 are from the 20A, and these 2 are from the 20K collections. So if you notice the patterns, and again, this is just my theory, there is no confirmation whatsoever, that because Coco handle is actually a seasonal bag. And one tips that I find out is that it does not get released every single season. So what Chanel actually did is, Coco handle usually get released one season and then it skipped the next season, and it will get released the following season. And if you look at the pattern, this is 19K and those 2 are 20K, and this is 20A collections. So you know for a fact that during the A collections and the K collections, you might be able to get hold of a Coco handle. So if you actually keep an eye on those 2 seasons and immediately contact your SA before it launches, you might be able to get a few of the Coco handle that will get released during the collections. One thing I want to point out, I would like to point out that if you look on the Chanel website, which is the 21P collection that was just released, you will find 2 Coco handle, the caramel color and the tomato color. So what this means is the 21P collections has the Coco handle, which is very true to my theory that Chanel will only release 3 Coco handles on, Chanel will only release Coco Handle on 3 seasons of every year, and those are the P collections, and they will skip the S. It will get released on the A collections, and they will skip the B, and it will get released on the K collections. So those 3 collections are the one that you should watch out for if you're after the Coco Handle, and be sure to contact your SA before the collections P, A, and K launch, because you want to get hold of those Coco Handle before anyone else. And hopefully good luck to everyone, and once again, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please do so in the sections below.